Guys, so we have a big breaking news coming out when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. US and Russia reveal nuclear submarines movements in Pacific. At the same time, the US forces stage realistic drills in Caribbean amid Venezuela tensions. So we're going to see what's going on with these two breaking news, the Atlantic and the Pacific. All right, we are definitely seeing some military deployments going on. Submarines in the Pacific, warships in the Caribbean. Again, not too far from the Atlantic. So we're going to see what's going on with these two breaking news. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support is what keeps us on air. Today is going to be Patreon, so we're going to go live. And again, Patreon is $5 a month. It will get you access to our live stream. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on YouTube. The Patreon link will be in the description box. Again, that's another way to support the channel. The US and the Bear have recently sent nuclear-powered submarines for Pacific missions as Washington and Moscow continue to demonstrate their military capabilities. Man, so you got nuclear subs out there? So the U.S. Navy said the Los Angeles-class fast attack submarine, the USS Springfield, reaffirmed its vital role in maintaining security and stability in the region during a routine deployment. Meanwhile, distinguished Russian Navy crew members assigned to the Yasen M-class cruise missile submarine were awarded medals and promoted to higher military ranks. Serving as underwater combat platforms, submarines can operate undetected for extended periods using nuclear propulsions. Both U.S. and Russian submarines are capable of launching torpedoes and missiles for anti-submarine, anti-surface, and land attack missions. It goes to tell you that these two countries is like the two powerful ones when it comes to nuclear subs. The submarines' mission were part of American and Russian naval activities in the Pacific last month. While Russia conducted a joint patrol with the Red Dragon, it appeared to be shadowed by a U.S. destroyer, which the Navy said was ensuring security and stability in the region. The disclosures of submarines deployment also comes after the highly anticipated U.S.-Russian summit in Alaska on August the 15th to discuss the war in Ukraine, which the U.S. commander and the Bear leader, Putin, were unable to turn into a ceasefire agreement. And now France, I just posted a video yesterday, France is urging hospital to prepare for war. And they put a date, March 2026. Again, that's like 6 months away. March 2026. So the submarine Squadron 15, a U.S. Navy unit operated out of Naval Base Guam, said that the Springfield completed a deployment in the Indo-Pacific region and returned to the base on Sunday. Guam, the westernmost U.S. territory, is home to 5 nuclear-powered submarines. Man, that submarine is way too close, though, right? I guess that's a military base out there, but I see some people out there. Seems like that's a beach or something. Give me a second here. During the deployment, the start date of which was not officially disclosed. The submarine carried out missions vitals to national security, reinforced regional deterrence, and enhanced its operational capability. It also made at least 2 port visits to Japan during the voyage. Now it says here, the Springfield was spotted at Sasebo Naval Base on May 17 and reported at White Beach Naval Facility in Yuruma on August 13. Sasebo is on Japan's southernmost main island of Kyushu, while Yuruma is on the southwestern outlying island of Okinawa. Once again, you have Captain Neal, the commander of the submarine squadron 15, praised the Springfield for demonstrating the strength and professionalism of the U.S. submarine force and for playing a critical role in sustaining a free and open Indo-Pacific, a news release said. Now, according to U.S. Navy, each Los Angeles-class submarine is equipped with 12 vertical launch tubes for Tomahawk cruise missiles and 4 torpedo tubes for Mk-48 torpedoes. Man. One thing I tell you, ever since Donald became the commander, now all of a sudden we're getting all these military deployment stuff going on. This video was posted today. On Tuesday, the Bear Pacific Fleet said that the Bear submarine had returned to its base on the Kamchatka. You guys know Kamchatka, that was the 8.8 magnitude earthquake. Kamchatka Peninsula in the Far East after a 3-month voyage. Now, during the deployment, the submarine completed tasks in the fleet's area of responsibility covering more than 11,500 feet. Wow. Defense outlet Naval News has described the Yasin M-class as Russia's most modern and powerful strike submarine in service. Each vessel is equipped with 32 vertical launch tubes for 3 types of anti-surface and land cruise missiles, as well as 10 torpedo tubes. Now, commissioned in December 2023, the submarine transited across the Arctic in September, shifting from the Russian Northern Fleet in the Barents Sea to the Pacific Fleet. It says here, while the Russian submarine task of the deployment remain unclear, the Russian Pacific Fleet said the submarine crew would resume scheduled combat training after a period of rest. So it says here, the U.S. Navy Submarine Squadron 15 said in a news release on Sunday, renowned for their speed, endurance, stealth, and mobility, fast attack submarines are the backbone of the Navy's submarine force. Now regarded as apex predators of the sea, Guam fast attack submarine serves at the tip of the spear, reaffirming the submarine force's forward deployed presence in support of a free and open Indo-Pacific. Russian presidential aide and chairman of the Maritime Board, Nikolai, said in an interview on Tuesday that building up our defensive potential in the Far East and strengthening our naval power in the Pacific is one of the priorities of military developments. The Pacific Fleet of the Russian Navy shows excellent training and a high level of combat readiness, which was demonstrated, among other things, by the July storm exercises. So what happens next? Well, as the U.S. and Russia continue their submarine and ship deployment in the Pacific, it remains to be seen whether their undersea and surface forces will come into contact. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. US and Russia reveal nuclear submarine movements in Pacific. Now we're going to go with the next news. US forces stage realistic drills in Caribbean amid Venezuela tensions. Look out. Let's see what's going on with this one here. It says the U.S. is reinforcing its military presence in the Caribbean amid rising tensions with Venezuela as a Marine Corps unit conducts a realistic training exercise in the region. The North Carolina-based 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, capable of rapid response to protect America's national security interest, said that the training event in southern Puerto Rico aims to enhance regional security, disaster response capabilities, and capacity building. Now it says here, Newsweek has contacted Venezuela embassy in Beijing, China for comments. So it says here why it matters. Well, the Pentagon has recently deployed several naval vessels, including destroyers, a nuclear-powered submarine, and amphibious ships capable of projecting forces from sea to shore in the Caribbean as the U.S. Commander administration steps up its counter gang operations. Here's one of the latest picture of the U.S. Navy units surge to Caribbean. In response to the U.S. military presence, Venezuela has mobilized forces along its coastline. Nicholas, for whom the U.S. has offered $50 million reward for his cuff, said that the country is at maximum readiness to defend against what he called I'm going to skip that name there. So the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit announced that it commenced amphibious training and flight operation in Puerto Rico, a U.S. island territory in the Caribbean Sea, on Sunday. Now, challenging terrain and tropical climate of Puerto Rico provides an ideal environment for the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit to conduct realistic amphibious training and hone specialized skills, the unit said, noting that this ensures a high level of readiness. Give me a second here, guys. I heard statics in my headphones. If the audio is bad, leave comments down below. I mean, from my side, it sounds perfectly fine, but I heard statics. Here's the latest picture. Light armored vehicle assigned to the U.S. 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit disembarked a landing craft air cushion during a training exercise at Marine Corps Base Camp in North Carolina. So this was a picture taken back in July 9th, 2025. Let me skip some of this stuff. Citing a defense official, the Associated Press reported that the 3 amphibious ships carrying over 4,000 sailors and Marines are expected to be in the Caribbean this week. So we already know that. That looks a lot of fun. I mean, again, you know, jet skis and stuff like that, but that thing looks like it's really fun. Again, I'm not talking about war stuff. But again, you guys get the picture. This specialized Navy Marine Corps team is ready to serve as the nation's force of choice, said Colonel Tom, the commanding officer of the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit. So we are war fighters. manned, trained, and equipped to win anywhere, anytime, he added. Photos released by the Navy showed that the Iwo Jima, the flagship of the amphibious Ready Group, is equipped with AV-8B attack aircraft, MV-22B tilt rotor transport aircraft, and AH-1Z attack helicopters, as well as landing craft air cushions for amphibious operations. So what people are saying? Well, the US 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit said in a press release on Saturday, this training is designed to enhance the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit readiness and capability, while also fostering stronger relationship with the Puerto Rican National Guard. Venezuela leader Nicolas said at a press conference on Monday that the U.S. commander, the pursuit of regime change is exhausted. It has failed as a policy worldwide. You cannot pretend to impose a situation in Venezuela. So it says here what happens next. It remains unclear whether the U.S. military will deploy additional units to the Caribbean in the coming days as part of the U.S. commander efforts to increase pressure on Venezuela. All right. So again, these are very important news here, guys, when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. We are definitely seeing the Pacific, the Atlantic deployments of submarines and warships, and right now the sea, there's a lot of visitors. So I'm gonna keep it updated when it comes to nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Again, guys, I do have a Patreon coming up tonight. Again, for those of you that want to tune in, again, it's $5 a month. $5 a month, we get you access to our live stream. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on YouTube. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.